to the newest video, and this is going to be a reading vlog. Reasons unspecified. Fake reason is that I want to read more. I want to focus more on reading rather than scrolling and sleeping away all of my time. I want to read more because I haven't been reading more and I just got finished with my semester exams. So right after I'm starting this reading vlog, because now for at least a month I do have some time. It's not exactly a lot of time. I do have to go to classes on a regular basis. I do have to come back and study for whatever I was taught today and all of that, but except for that I don't have to put a lot of pressure on myself, so I'm taking it a little bit slow. So that is why I'm gonna read that are on my TBR, both physical and digital. So let's talk about the physical TBR. So first of all, I'm gonna read Anne of the Ireland with, I am really sorry, the cover is horrible, but what matters is the book. So yeah, I'm gonna read this book. Basically, it's following Anne from her 18th year, and now she's going to pursue her bachelor's degree in arts and going to shift from like Green Gables to Redmond, and she's gonna complete her 4 years of degree. And also Gilbert Blythe, the romantic interest in the book since like two books now, is going to go strong for her now, and I think Anne will realize her feelings for him in this book. So I am excited. Also, I'm not putting a lot of hopes and expectation in this book because the second book disappointed me. I really wanted to enjoy it. Let's see what happens in this book. The next book that I'm going to read is Orlando, a biography by Virginia Woolf. Yes, this is a book that I already picked up some months ago, but I couldn't finish it because it's a classic. I was in a huge reading slump and picked the wrong book at that time. Classic, and plus it's Virginia Woolf. The book she writes is big brain book, so I wasn't at all in the time frame, in the mood to read something like that, so I put it down. I barely started it. I had read like some 50 pages, but I put it down, picking it up again in this reading vlog, and I'll make sure that I finish this book anyhow. I have heard really good things about this book. This is basically about this one person that changes soul in different timelines, goes into takes birth as a man, as a woman, as different genders, and it's that soul's journey from their perspective in different timelines. That's the only thing that I know about this book. A lot of people's favorite book even, so I really want to give it a chance. Okay, the next book that I'm going to read in this vlog is also, this is a digital book, that is I'm reading The Last War by Adam Taylor. That is a psychological thriller, I think. Basically, a woman, isolated woman, lives on an island in an isolated house with her golden retriever, and there she is spending her days by reading a lot because she's trying to escape some things from her past. And she reads a book and hates it, gives it a 1-star review, and writes a bad review about that this book sucked, and gets into an online banter with the author himself, which is a really rare thing, but she does. And since then, after that, she starts to feel a presence in her house. She thinks there's a stalker, there's someone stalking her, and she feels that she might know who's that. And that's how the book synopsis says about it, and that sounds really interesting, so I'm going to read that. The next book is that this is me being ambitious, putting 4 books in a single vlog after I'm in a college that asks for blood, sweat, and all of my freaking time. But anyway, we are gonna try. If it doesn't happen. But the 4th book is going to be I'm Glad That My Mom Died by Janet McCurdy, and I'm going to consume that book in the audiobook form. I'm going to take my time with it, and yeah, that's all the reading update I could give. I really hope that you stick till the end, and let's go on a really cozy journey. Hello. So we are officially starting our reading vlog, and the very first book that I chose to read from my TBR is Anne of the Island, that I'm gonna read with the book with the hideous cover. I saw a review by Caroline Marie, who is a booktuber. She is friend of my favorite booktuber. I also sometimes watch her as well, and I saw her a review on Goodreads, and she said that it is her. Was it her or was it Ruby Granger? I don't remember. Oh my god. And she said that this is the best book from the series, and I have high expectations now. And I've already started reading it. I am like some 25 pages in, and I'm trying to finish this by May end. 3 books I'm trying to finish by May end. And yeah, the journey has finally started. I'm expecting good things. So basically the premise is, let me revise the premise. She's 18 now, going off to get her bachelor's degree, and in Kingsport, leaving the island. And now she has to deal with, like, adulthood, kind of adulthood, making new friends, and maybe coming to terms with her feelings for Gilbert Blythe. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun. And after reading 24 pages, I feel that I finally found what I was missing in the book too. That was the nature thing. And yes, absolutely, the starting of the book was nature. Then Gilbert Blythe takes her on a walk to apple blossom tree, and then there was a lot of nature. Now they're in Kingsport, and their boarding house is like surrounded by nature. That's what I absolutely love about this series. That's why I picked this book up. And yeah, I am enjoying it so far. And of the island that I'm gonna read with the book with the hideous cover, I saw a review by Caroline Murray, who is a booktuber. She is friend of my favorite booktuber. I also sometimes watch her as well. And I saw her a review on Goodreads, and she said that it is her. Was it her or was it Ruby Granger? I don't remember. Oh my god. And she said that this is the best book from the series, and I have high expectations now. And I've already started reading it. I am like some 25 pages in, and I'm trying to finish this by May end. 3 books I'm trying to finish by May end. And yeah, the journey has finally started. I'm expecting good things. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. And after reading 24 pages, I feel that I finally found what I was missing in the book too. That was the nature thing. And yes, absolutely, the starting of the book was nature. Then Gilbert Blythe takes her on a walk to apple blossom tree, and then there was a lot of nature. Now they're in Kingsport, and their boarding house is like surrounded by nature. That's what I absolutely love about this series. That's why I picked this book up. And yeah, I am enjoying it so far, though it's just 25 pages in, but I'm not bored. But I think we are going to see a lot of dimension in this particular book. I just wish one thing, that is, I really wish that this book was a little bit prettier, because it's so tacky. Just see the illustration. A non-illustrator would make a better book cover, but I don't know why they choose this cover. Let's not talk about it. Yeah, so we are starting with this book. I will give you updates throughout. I'm about to take an afternoon nap, and before that, I'm gonna read the book for some time. So, yeah, that was the update. Yeah, basically that. Okay, hi. So I am going to update my Notion, my reading page in the Notion. I haven't updated it for a while now. I find that page a little bit useful, but sometimes I forget, because There are times that I'm really slow in reading because for obvious reasons I've told you the reasons multiple time in multiple videos. But if you don't know, then I might repeat, and that is because I am in a med school and life is difficult. I don't get a lot of time for reading, but anyway, I try to manage, and whatever time I can get for reading, I do the reading, but I forget to update my Notion page. So I think I'm going to take this opportunity in the reading vlog to update my Notion page, and yeah, and also I'm thinking to add one more heading or one more page in the library page. Okay, let's not talk much. I'll show you what I mean by that, okay? Let's get started. Hello, this is Voiceover Monsoon, and I really wanted to talk to you guys about my reading journey, a topic that I've barely talked about. I had this really weird fascination with stories from a really young age, and my dad has to get the credit about that because he was the one who made me get addicted to stories. He will tell me bedtime stories about Rama, Krishna, all the characters of Mahabharata, Ramayana, stories about goodwill and how to know good from bad. And he would bring me Champak, Chanda Mama, Tinkle, Chacha Chaudhary comics while we will be going on train journeys or whenever we are going to travel. He would bring me Gita Press books, he would give me Amar Chitra Katha, and would always encourage me to read as much as I can. He will also bring me books from libraries and give me a particular time limit so that I can read books and finish them in a particular time limit, and he would reward me with another book. He would encourage me to read books whenever I get time. I used to go to a dance class where there was a library and you can read books for free there, and I would always go and read books there. He always encouraged that. I read my very first novel when I was 10 years old, I think, and then there was no stopping. I jumped into this genre of mystery thrillers, detective fiction, and slowly came into classics and other genres as well. And soon enough, when I had this access to internet, I started to explore the world of booktube, and I'm so glad that I did, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have known a lot of books that I know today, wouldn't have experienced a lot of books that I've read today, would have stuck to the particular genre that I'm comfortable in, and wouldn't have widened the taste. So I'm really grateful to be able to have this opportunity to read these beautiful books that I can read today. The only thing that I would never ever want to change about myself is that the reading habit, because this gave me life when I didn't have anything to hold on to in a particular phase in my life. So I'm really grateful. Hello. It is very early in the morning. I just woke up. Sorry for my voice. Excuse my voice. Okay, I just finished two of my books from the TBR, and I could have finished them yesterday night. I had really less to finish because there was just, I think, 50 pages each from each book. Not 50 pages, it was like 20 to 30 pages in one book and another book similar. Okay, whatever. I'm like not yet out of it. But anyway, I got it. But in the morning, I thought rather than scrolling on my phone and just laying on the bed for hours and not getting up, let's just read those two books and finish them so that we can take off books from my TBR for this video and whatever. So, okay, we are done with the first book, and that is Anne of the Island, the third book in the Green Gables series. And I have to say, I absolutely loved the book. I was heftily disappointed in the second book and was really scared to catch up on the third book. But no, I am glad I did. It was a beautiful book. It has the same beauty as the first book had, and I enjoyed the book thoroughly. It had plenty of nature in it, plenty of Anne-ness. You know, the setting was so different this time. She was in college, then she was again in Green Gables. Sometimes she is visiting the home where she was born, sometimes she is at a school teaching. So the things keep changing. She's not always at Green Gables and not always in other people's business. She had some character this time, and I loved her for that. Yeah, and also something happened with Gilbert Blythe that also made me like crazy, absolutely beautiful nature scenes that I was missing in the second book. It had some, but not as much as it had in first book or the third book. So I loved it. I gave it 4 stars, and now I might continue the series because it gave me hopes. But I'm still like scared after the second book. Okay, let's talk about the next book that I read, which was The Last Word. It was a thriller. I gave it 3 stars. First thing that I did not really enjoy in the book was that it was stretchy at times, and in like midway through the book, I kind of knew what is going to happen. I kind of knew what is going to be the twist in the book, and they tried to stretch it a lot, like a lot. They kept it doing so much that it wasn't even required. Second thing, thriller writers, keep dogs out of it, please. I just was like, I never was concerned about the main protagonist, which I should have done because the whole point of the book is that. But no, I was always concerned about the dog that is with her because I was scared that the serial killer will kill the dog, and the author, I think, made sure that we feel that emotion. Maybe it was intention or something, because story was trying to be impactful, trying to be a lot deeper than it is, and I did not really enjoy a lot of it. It was stretchy for me. The premise of the book was really interesting to me, though, that this woman who is very isolated from the world and running away from her past is living in an isolated beach house and reads books all day and reads a crappy book and gives a crappy review about it, a 1 star review about it, and gets into a banter with the author online and suddenly starts to feel that somebody is stalking her, somebody is in her home, somebody is keeping eye on her. And that whole thing gave me like so much anxiety that, oh my god, what's gonna happen. And then she has this old neighbor, who she plays like hangman, not to each other in person but through windows on a binoculars telescope, I'm sorry. And yeah, so she had this weird relationship with that neighbor, and how he came into the dynamics and all of that. The author kind of gave away a lot of hints, a lot of clues. You can actually know like who done it, whatever it is. Like you can actually figure it out if I've read enough of thrillers and mystery and detective. So I kind of figured it out, but I did not want to leave it because it's a thriller, so something different might happen till the end. So I read it, but nothing different happened. It's the same thing. This book was like super hyped up, like everybody loved it and reviews were great. So that's why I wanted to read it. The premises like was absolutely capturing for me because I'm a reader. I do hate books sometimes and I do review them 1 star. That made it really personal for me. So I read that book, gave it 3 stars. It could have been better in a lot of other ways. But whatever. I'm done with two books down, and yeah, I'm going strong. And I am glad that I'm doing this vlog because just because I'm doing this reading vlog, there is urgency in me to read books and complete them, even though I do not have like time. But now I think that I do have time. I just don't make sure that I use that time for reading. I just scroll away on my phone and keep lying or waste everything and sleeping. Well, sleeping is never a waste of time, but okay, that's a topic for another video, another clip or something. I am just very sleepy right now. That's why I'm talking gibberish. But yeah, we are 2 books down, and now I'm going to start reading Orlando. And on I might start White Nights by Dostwiki. I can't ever pronounce his name right. I have to like practice Dostwiki. I don't know these Russian names. Okay, whatever. Then I might also start my mother. No, that was it. My brain is in a complete sleep rot. I'm glad my mom died by Janet McCurdy on my audiobook. That's how it is. Bye. So it is evening right now, and I am thinking to go upstairs on the terrace to get my reading done for today. I've been reading in the room for a while and I'm not bored. I want change of location. So yeah, we're gonna get our tote bag, our book, and maybe water or something and go upstairs and read. There's a slight breeze upstairs, and I'm also hoping to catch sunset. So yeah, let us go and have a good, fun, great time. It's a beautiful evening, and I'm trying to have as much as fun as I can. Really, when you change your location, like your reading location, it actually changes the reading experience. You feel good about reading, it feels different. I'm not really sure if my voice is clear or not because it's like beautiful breeze out here. The sun has gone red, completely red. It's like beautiful crimson color. And you can literally see birds returning to their home. Literally. That's beautiful. I can see some cows grazing as well. Yeah. And this beautiful book. How poetic is this? I actually chose the wrong time to read this, and I need to take more time with this book because it's actually a big brain book. Um, Virginia writes like something else, like it's completely poetic and yet prose. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Hi. So it's exactly the half time of my reading sprint. It's half an hour left, half an hour done. So I'm craving some tea in this rainy weather. So let's make some tea, have some tea, and continue reading. I'm hoping to finish Orlando in this reading sprint. If I don't happen to finish Orlando in this reading sprint, I'm gonna continue reading. But yeah, let's see. I'm hoping to do so. That's my tea. finish Orlando in that 1 hour video. So that is why I have jumped on to another video, another 45 minutes read with me video, and I'm gonna try to finish Orlando in that video. When you have a reading sprint with someone else, it motivates you to read. It makes it easier. I generally do reading sprints with difficult books, the books that I have really difficulty in reading. Orlando, though being tiny, is really difficult for me to read, and though I understand the gist, I understand the story, I think there is something beneath, something underlying that I don't understand, that I don't have the capacity or the credentials to understand. So I don't know, that's why I really want to get done with this book. I think I still do have like 50 more pages, and I will try to finish them in 1 more hour. Yeah, that is what. Tea was really good. Tea was actually really good. So yeah, that was that. I'll let you know after finishing the book. Okay, so to talk about Orlando, a biography by Virginia Woolf. Yes, guys, I am done with the book. I read it finally after ditching, DNFing it for a while now. And I don't have any opinion on it because I don't think I have a right to have an opinion in it, because I don't have the right credentials to have an opinion in it. I am not that big brained to get the book, I think, because I know the plot, what happened. I get the gist, what happened exactly, but I don't think I get the depth of it. I don't think I get the literary value of it. So I don't have the credentials to rate the book as well, and I cannot give my opinion in this book because whatever it is going to be an statement by my dumb mind. So I'm not going to read it. I am definitely going to read this book sometime in the future when I am better well read, more books I have consumed. And also, I'm gonna start consuming Virginia Woolf in small amounts, meaning I'm going to go from easy to difficult. I don't know, I feel a bit like I know what happened, but I don't know what exactly happened, so like I don't think I get the value of it. Next, I told you that I'm gonna read White Nights by Dotswiki, whatever his name is. I cannot ever pronounce it. Sorry for my pronunciation. I told you that I'm gonna read it, but no, I'm not gonna read it because I read the first page and I realized, okay, this is a book that I need to have in my hands. This is a book that I need to have a physical copy of. I'm not gonna read this on the phone because the first page gave me the feeling this is going to be wonderful. So yes, I am going to get a copy of that book. And if I'm done reading a book on my phone or an audiobook, I don't get the physical copy. I don't like to waste money on those kind of things. That is why I left the book, and I'm gonna get a copy soon. It was a rainy day today and I had a lot of fun today because I love rainy days. No matter how down I am, I can never be down on a rainy day. I love it. I cannot explain my feelings for rainy days. So I completed this today only. That was the update. Yeah, bye. vlog, because I am going to tell you about the last book that I read for this vlog, that is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Janet McCurdy. To give you a small introduction of this book is basically a memoir, an autobiography written by Janet McCurdy. She is a child star and she acted for Nickelodeon, and that show was called iCarly. A lot of people used to watch that show. That show was like really popular and everybody knew her as a child star. It is same for us like Indian kids, as in the child from the Shakalaka Boom Boom, Fruity from Sonpuri. That's how it was for Janet McCurdy, because she was a child star, and she writes about the abuse that she faced from the hands of her own mother, and how that abuse was slow, manipulative, never physical but very emotional and psychological. How parents can be abusive as well. They are put on a pedestal because they gave birth to us, they give the livelihood to us, they do everything for us, but not every parent deserves a child. Her mother was a absolutely controlling and manipulative freak. I shouldn't say such thing about a dead person, but that's the truth. That's what she wrote about, how she got bulimia, anorexia, and all kind of body image issues from her mother. How her mother was constantly controlling her, constantly putting her through things that she didn't want to do. She was put into acting when she was 6 years old, and she didn't want to do it even. Like, it wasn't something that she wanted to do. It was something that her mother wanted to do, but her parents didn't let her do. That's why her mother forced her into this thing. I mean, that was such a ride reading that book. That was horrible to read. And all the things that Janet went through, she was really honest about her own mistakes, her own faults, her own shortcomings, and was never she never shied away from revealing things about her past, not only about her mother but about her as well. Oh my god, I was just like blown away. I enjoyed the book a lot. It was like written so well. Nowadays the celebrities hire ghostwriters and write these stupid books that you don't want to read, but Janet McCurdy did a really good job. I think she wrote it on herself. It was not a ghost written book, but amazing job on the book. Loved it. Such a good pace. I read it on my audiobook and was addicted to it. It was so well written and the things are so descriptive. She talks about from the age that her mom had cancer, how her mom used cancer as a leverage, like used cancer as something that she could gain sympathy from and can use it against Janet. Yeah, that's how she was really abusive to her father, how she was frantic, erratic, anxiety laden person, how that affected what Janet thinks is to be a normal mother, is to be a normal family. I definitely enjoyed the book. I gave it 4 stars, and you should definitely read the book. And we should actually normalize parents being abusive, parents being not always perfect, parents being wrong. In Indian society, that is something horrible. That cannot happen. A parent can never be wrong, a mother can never be wrong. They always have to be right, but that's not the case. Every child deserves parents, but not every parent deserves a child. That's a saying, and that says something about the society that we are in today. I enjoyed the full vlog. I'm really glad that I had good books in this vlog. I would have been like really disappointed if I had like continuous 3 stars, but I did have good books in this vlog, so I'm happy for that. And I enjoyed filming the vlog. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.